I very rarely do these things, and then I go live and people actually watch them. If you can hear me, thumbs up please, by the way, because I'm trying to use this microphone and this setup, and I might be a bit wibbly because I'm on my old Mrs. John Coupland Steadicam, Handycam, tripody thing that she's bought me. It's Saturday morning. Why am I doing a live at this time? Well, Mrs. JC is fast asleep. The inspector is fast asleep. The other inspectors, the fluffy ones, are fast asleep, and so's Dad. And I've not done a live video for ages, and it's the sort of thing that I think I should probably do some more, because I can get content out there nice and easy and just have a bit of a chat. In fact, I'm going to rest you on Mrs. JC's car. There you are, now we can see each other and I'm not as wobbly. If you can hear me, by the way, leave me a comment, because I don't know all about this live stuff. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a chat, have a little weekend waffle about stuff that I'm doing today, because it's quite a busy weekend in the automobile classic car community, because the Practical Classics NEC restoration show is on. Hello from Sydney, Australia, Porsche. Thanks for commenting. I'm sure it's nicer over there than it is over here. What time is it over there? Anyway, it's the NEC Classic Restoration Show this weekend, and I've still never been. I was invited last year with my Toyota MR2, and then for work reasons, I couldn't attend. So if you are there at the NEC, or if you are going to the NEC, thumbs up and let me know. What are you taking? What are you looking forward to seeing? My friend John from the Boston Classic Car Club is there with some of his cars and his members. Yeah, what are you doing this weekend? So let's talk to you about my weekend, which is what I am doing this live, because I've got loads of stuff to do today. Mrs. JC is off work for a week and a half. Which means we get to do some stuff together. Yesterday I went to visit my mother-in-law. And she actually made me a cake, which was nice. We got to see the mother-in-law. And then today, lots of stuff. I'm rambling. So let me talk to you what I've got to do. I've got a few jobs that I've been given to do today. I need to wash the Orange Smart. And if you haven't seen the latest video on the channel, RE, the Orange Smart, what have we done? We've fitted new front springs, and we've actually fitted new rear springs as well. That video is still to come. This is one of the jobs I've got to do today, which is to replace Mrs. JC's rear number plate. You can see it's all, I don't know how you describe it, warped, delaminated. I have got the spare number plate, so I'm going to stick a new one of them on. That's one of my jobs today that I've been told I've got to do. And the same again, whilst we're talking about number plates, with the purple Smart. I think I bought them at the same time actually, and it's done the same. It's delaminated, so I've got a new one of those in the vein to fit. So that might be. I'm not going to make a video of me fitting new number plates because, well, nobody wants to see that. But yeah, that's job one of the day. Job two, I've got to nip to Dad's. I've got some stuff for him. In fact, I'm going to show you. You'll like this. What do you reckon to this? Dad's going on holiday soon. Me and Mrs. JC have treated Mum and Dad, and I've bought him some shirts for his holiday. Ready? What do you think to that? Oh yeah, we've got some seashells. We've got some more seashells, and then this flowery thing and this flowery thing. What do you reckon? Do you reckon Dad's going to actually wear those, or do you reckon Dad's going to tell me to go off in a certain direction? So I've got to drop them off at Dad's. I can't see your comments. Oh, yes, I can. Ben says, I'd love to go, but sadly can't make it. But a friend of mine will be going. He'll send me many fantastic photographs. Yes, I like seeing all the NEC photographs on Twitter. That's one of the reasons that I do it, I suppose. Anyway, thumbs up for Dad wearing flowery shirts. Lock the van up. So that's two jobs I've got to do today. Clean the Smart. In fact, three. I'm counting it as three. Four jobs. Clean the Smart. Fit new number plates take Dad's shirts, and then I'm going to move some cars around because the Micra, the red Micra, is sat on the front still. And I'm starting to get cars out for the spring summer. Can you hear me all right, by the way? Let me know if you can hear me okay, because this microphone might be a bit wibbly wibbly. I'm not going to go too far because of my internet. The TT is coming out. If you haven't seen the video, I've fitted some new shock absorbers to it last week. And then this green Audi I've been using, I'm going down to London Town on Thursday to see a show. Inside Number 9, ever heard of it? It's Steve Pemberton, Reece Shearsmith. Inside Number 9, I've got my friend Duncan taking, this is JC, I think his daughter's going as well. So we're training it down from Peterborough. So I'm taking everyone in the Audi to Peterborough, and then we're going down to London, so we might see some spots. Full video coming tomorrow, by the way, if you are a video watcher on the channel, because I recently got to test drive a Proton Aeroback. It's the one the Banger Boys reclaimed, saved, got out of a shed and offered me for sale for a couple of £100, and I turned it down like a wally. They then raffled it off £40. Someone won the car for. He's spent, I think, £100 getting it back on the road, and now it's available to test drive. In fact, I went and test drove it last Sunday, and he knew what he was doing because he wanted me to buy it. Well, I won't give too much away, but the car has now sold, and it's not on the drive. But full video coming tomorrow of me test driving a Proton Aeroback, and I won't lie to you, possibly the best Proton I've ever driven. I think I'm smiling every single moment of that video. Hooning this Proton Iswara Aeroback round the back roads of Lincolnshire. So having a great time. What are you getting up to today, by the way? Let me know. What are your Saturday plans? I've got loads of stuff to do apart from that. John, just put a sign up saying the Boston NEC car show and have your own car show today. Yeah, we could, couldn't we? I've got some people coming over tomorrow because I've sold something on eBay. No, Facebook Marketplace. I had it on eBay and then had loads of people mess me about, so I've sold it on Facebook Marketplace. It's not a car, it's nothing exciting. I've just sold something we've had in stock, a tool for ages. So I've got someone coming for that tomorrow. And then I've got a little video idea that Mrs. JC and I are going to be working on, which is, can you go on holiday in a smart car? Now, I don't mean can you get in a smart car and go away for the weekend, because you can, we go all over the place, but can you go on holiday to Gatwick Airport in a smart car? Mrs. JC has set me a challenge, which is, can we get our suitcases in the smart car and drive to Gatwick? Don't get me wrong, we're not going to Heathrow this weekend, and my thoughts are with everybody who should have been going on holiday today. But there's going to be a video of Mrs. JC and I trying to fit 4 suitcases into a smart car. I think we can't do it with the purple Smart, but I think we can do it in the orange one. Morning, Terry. Pete's favourite apprentice. Yeah, he's. If you've only just joined us, me and Mrs. JC have bought him a holiday. Him and Mum. We're sending them abroad for the first time in 20 years, maybe? Yeah, Mrs. JC and I are sending them to somewhere sunny, all inclusive as well. I've managed to convince them that that's the way forward. You've paid for that, by the way, you lot. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, because you've allowed me to let Mum and Dad have a holiday. And I'm going to probably make use of all the tools in the garage while he's away. What else have I got to tell you? Oh, I discovered this website, this app that you might already know about called Vinted. It's brilliant. The first thing I've done is buy loads of Proton memorabilia, loads of stuff. I think I've spent 12 quid and I've got like 5 Proton t-shirts coming. One is a Lotus Norwich City thing, £3, which will be making a appearance in videos, no doubt. But yeah, Vinted, what a great thing. Hopefully it all turns up. I've never used it before. Have you used anything on Vinted? Yeah, looking forward to that turning up. Other jobs I've got to do. I've got to cut my lawns, but it's a bit, in fact, is it a bit wet? Let's have a look. It's been raining here overnight. Has it been raining your gaff? Yeah, still wet. So I won't be cutting the grass probably until this afternoon anyway. Still debating whether to go out or go today or not. What, to the NEC? Where's the debate come from, Paul? Why not? Rained here too, yeah, in Ireland. Yeah, I think we had a bit of rain overnight, but that's okay, isn't it? If you've just joined us, by the way, hello, welcome. Thumbs up. I should do more of these lives because I'm just enjoying having a little ramble in the sunshine on my driveway. At, I don't know, what time is it? 9:30? Purely waiting for Mrs. JC to wake up. She's off work, if you've only just joined us, for a week and a bit now. Oh, hi 5-pot, 4-pot, hope you're well. What else have I got to tell you? The stuff that I'm doing that I can tell you about because not many people are watching. I'm going to test drive the new Renault 5 and I'm going to test drive the new Omoda. Lots of people have been asking for the Omoda. Yeah, seriously, I'm not joking. After I test drove the KGM Action, which I thought was okay. But I've been given the keys, or will be given the keys, to the Omoda soon to test drive that. It comes in EV and petrol. So, which one do you want to see? EV or petrol? You let me know. But yeah, finally, after months of thinking it was a conspiracy theory, got my hands on the keys to a Renault 5. And I am really looking forward to that. Van looking good. Yeah, do you know what? I've cleaned the van. I've cleaned it. There it is. There she is. In fact, the actual Royal Mailman is there, delivering some parcels at the moment. Maybe he's going to give me some piecework, some bank work in the Royal Snail. In fact, I tell you what, I did spot this on the Royal Snail the other day. Someone is suffering badly with lack appeal. It's getting worse. Am I mirrored? Am I flipped round? How do I flip myself round the other way? I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to mess about with it. No wonder everything's up the wrong way round. I don't know how to do this stuff. Anyway, what are you doing today in your automobile world? What videos have you watched recently? Because we released a video of us doing some shock absorbers on the Audi TT and loads of people have watched that. We then released a video of us doing some flaps, is that the right term? On the Audi A4 B5 and no one's watched it. Nobody wants to see that. So yeah, what videos have you seen recently and what do you want to see more of? Because I'm constantly conscious that people want to see different content. First meeting for the summer autocross season today, Josh. Oh, Josh, enjoy that. I'm going to take a seat, sit down. Is that all right? He says. I'm on my pink bench, look at this. Hello from Alaska. Now that's cool. That's awesome. What else have I got to tell you? So I'm going down to London. Oh yeah, it's my birthday. Not today, next week. So Mrs. JC is taking me out somewhere special. I don't know where. And I'm starting to feel old. Because now I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. We're getting old, aren't we? Wadger work has happened, by the way. Stuff that's been happening on the Proton Wadger, on the Impian. You may have seen a few shorts, Oh, talking about shorts, right? 25 is not old. I wish I was 25, mate. I wish. Yeah, I wish. Oh, to be 25 again. Good times. What was I talking about? What was I saying? Wadger update, Proton Impian. Here we go. The Proton Impian has been sleeping in Dad's garage for 6 months. We wheeled it into Dad's garage in October. We've done loads of brake work over it. We kind of had it on and off over the Christmas period. We've done lots to the car since January, and we just haven't shown you any of it. We've been rust proofing it. We've had all the mud flaps off and repaired those. We've got all the wheel arch liners out. We've resprayed all the black bits that needed doing. And then I'm going to tackle giving it a good, we've detailed it. And then I'm going to tackle like the outside. Then I'm going to tackle giving the interior a good clean. And you've not seen any of that because we've been too busy doing other stuff. Smart car stuff, van stuff, Fiat 500 stuff. So there's going to be like a month of Wadger content soon, Impian stuff. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I've turned down a lot of cars recently because I haven't got time to keep everything ticking over. Royal Mailman, there he goes. Hi. To get new projects on the go. However, I'm always on the hunt for something new and exciting. Remember we spoke about tractors, Dad and I, in one of our podcasts? Coming soon. Morning, Tony. Tony, you'll be happy to hear I went and looked at a 05 Smart 450 Brabus the other day. 35,000 miles from new. It was £3,000. Black. And it was immaculate. And then I realised I don't need 3 smart cars. But I'm still thinking about it. Good little car. I should have had a coffee. Oh, I was going to say I should have had a coffee. Talking about coffees, if you follow me on Twitter, when I joined my job, Mrs. JC bought me a mug with the inspector on it, and it got my name and my details on it. If you don't know, I work for the emergency services. That is my day job. And we have a special number, like a roll number or a rank number. And it's got the inspector, and it says John Coupland. It's got my rank number on it. Somebody knocked it off my desk this week, and I was devastated, absolutely devastated that it went smash. So I think I'm going to get a new one made up with my new rank, and get another one with a new inspector picture. Morning, Matthew. Oh, I've got your flu. Oh no, that is bad news, because that really wiped me off my feet a couple of weeks. What smashed? My mug. My mug that Mrs. JC bought me when I joined my job. So nothing too, well, I was going to say nothing too expensive, but nothing, it was a bit sentimental to me. Morning, Daniel. I love the Rover 75. Well, if you love the Rover 75, I have Rover 75 news for you. We're going to put a new sill on the near side. I'm waiting for the weather to warm up just a bit more. You can see it's nice here in Lincolnshire, but it's not as warm as it could be, and it's going to be Dad scrambling around doing the job. And if you have only just joined us, Mrs. JC and I have bought and paid for a holiday for him and Mum. So they're off on holiday soon, jet setting off, enjoying the spoils of all his labour. It's the least he deserves, right? So we've got him and Mum a holiday, all inclusive. First time in about 20 years they've been on holiday. Morning, Kane. How are you, Evolution guy? By the way, so I'm going to take a minute then, while these people are watching, to give Kane a massive shout out, because if you haven't seen the video, Kane is the boss of Evolution Limited. And you might be thinking, what's that? Well, if you've owned a smart car or ever owned a smart car, ever had anything to do with smart cars, you will have been on Kane's website, which is Evolution. It is the go-to encyclopedia for all things smart car. And I mean everything. How to fit mud flaps, it's on there. How to fit a tail light, it's on there. How to replace a resistor for the heater blower motor, it's on there. It's a go-to website. There are free tutorials and there are non-free tutorials. It's like a subscription sign-up thing. If you own a smart car, it's madness not to have a subscription to Evolution. And as Tony has quite rightly said, he's a goat. What does goat mean? What does that mean? I've got no idea. Great old, I don't know. Oh, greatest of all time. Silly me. Yeah, Kane is a goat. He is the goat of all things smart car. And he very kindly sent me and Dad not only the front shock absorbers and springs, brand new, by the way, for the Orange Smart, but also the tools to do it. In fact, Kane, I'm really sorry, but I have only just put those tools back in the post yesterday. So they are on the way back to you. Thank you for lending us them. The videos are on the channel. If you haven't supported Kane's channel, by the way, I think he's a few watch hours off monetizing his YouTube channel. So if you fancy it, then let him know. And then watch his channel, please. And then he can earn some money off his Evolution video content because he is a legend. So shout out to Kane this morning. Yeah, so Dad and Mum are going on holiday. Dad's then going to do the sill on the Rover 75. I was offered 2 Rover 75s this week. One, a really late 05 plate Connoisseur SE in like a silver colour. It's fantastic. It was 700 and something quid. Why didn't I buy it? Well, because it's a facelift. And I don't like the Rover 75 facelifts, but it had all the leather interior and everything. And it was really low mileage. I'm talking 70,000 miles. It never failed an MOT ever in its life. It got advisories for things like, I don't know, something silly. Number plate deteriorated, but not, you know, not going to be misread. But I turned it down because it was a facelift. And I think now it's going to Matthewson's auction. So if you fancy getting yourself one, look out for Matthewson's auction because there's going to be a Rover 75 come up there and it is Coupland approved, if that means anything to you. And when I mean Coupland approved, I don't mean Coupland approved by me, I mean Coupland approved by Dad. Because Dad took one look at it and went, if that was not a facelift, even he would be considering it. Diesel as well, by the way, diesel, not K-Series 1.8 engine. And then I was offered another Rover 75, really early one. So we've gone from one end of the spectrum to the other this week. T-Reg, so like launch model. Rover 75, it done 100 and something thousand miles, 1 or 2 owners from new, belonged to a lady's grandfather, sadly passed away. And it was a club spec, so exactly like my blue Wedgwood, my Wedgwood blue one, in like Poseidon blue, really nice colour. But I just don't need another one. It would be really nice, I think, to get a really good early Rover 75, which I'm going to class my Wedgwood blue as. So my Wedgwood, I'm going to say, is a good condition one, 50 odd thousand miles, 1 owner. It would be really nice to get a really late one. I'm not sure what was the latest Rover 75 registered. Maybe 06, 07. I've never seen anything past 07. It'd be good to get a late one. But the problem with the late ones is they weren't built very well, were they? Because the ladies and gents in the old factory there at Longbridge were told, by the way, we're going under. This is it. Rovers are, you know, you've got no job after this date. And they just didn't care. Did they? They've just thrown them together. If you've ever been to the Gaydon British Motor Museum, they have got the last Rover 75 that ever rolled off the production line. It's red, and it is just falling apart. The front bumper, the gap is like this big between the bumper and the grille on one side, and this big. It's clear that the people that put that together didn't care. And rightly so, because they were, let's not get into the politics. Let's not get into the politics of why British Leyland and Rover and everything collapsed. We know why it collapsed, right? It's my opinion that going into bed with BMW as opposed to Honda, which was a political move, by the way, I think, was the demise of Rover, NG Rover. And then we know what BMW did. They stripped out Mini because that's what they wanted, right? That's what BMW wanted. They wanted the Mini name and just let everything else go to rack and ruin. They knew that it was the end. And Project Drive, Dad shouts at me for talking about Project Drive. Project Drive was a real thing. It was a cost-saving exercise, and it didn't really work, did it? Let's have a look at some of these comments. Where have they gone? Any details of the T-Reg Rover 75? What was the price? It was £1,000, Daniel. I still have the details because I've still got the lady that I was talking to on my Facebook. So if you want to know some more details, let me know. And then I will let you know. Hursley Hill Garage SMG Rover of Bristol, registered in 2008. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever seen one later than a 2007 Rover 75. I'm guessing they're as poor as the later ones, I suppose. The 1 Series was Rover. Yeah, it was. It was going to be, wasn't it? But it wasn't in the end. It would have been interesting to see what BMW would have done if they built a coupe. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? People are walking past getting their morning paper, by the way, and thinking I'm talking to them. Why is this bloke stood in his front garden rambling about Rover 75s at me? Yeah, right. What are you going to tell me? What should we talk about before I end this live? Anything exciting? Anything you want to bring to the party, boys and girls? Oh, Daisy Cat's awake. Let's see Daisy Cat. Hi, Daisy Cat. There she is. She's ready for her breakfast. 22 this year. Daisy Cat, and we've got Mop Cat as well. They're still in bed. Yeah. I think I might go sit down in the back garden because then, oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to hurt him. There's a spider here on my Micra, and he's living in my wing mirrors. See you later. Graham, what was your first car, John? Graham, well, that's really well timed because here it is. That was my first car. There it is. It's still here. And if you haven't seen the videos on the channel, Dad and I, Dad, sort of restored it, got it back on the road last September for Rustival. This was my first car. W232 MFP. Where is it? Ta-da! Nissan Micra, which is why I love them so much, I think. Who still buys the morning paper? Well, Mr. Man who's just walked past does. Ever considered an early Citroen? Now, when you say an early Citroen, what do you mean? Like a, what's the word I want? Bamboo? You know, well, oh, what is it? The Hubnut has. Oh, what is it? What is it called? What is that early Citroen called? Oh my goodness, the snail, you know. 2CV, thank you. See, this is why I'm going bonkers. Yeah, I've considered a 2CV. Dad likes a 2CV too. it'd be quite nice to grab one of those. But the problem is, they're probably all very rusty by now, right? Unless you find a good one. In fact, there's a good one for sale, yellow one at the moment. I think it's something like 10 grand. I don't have £10,000 to spend on a Citroen this week. But I'm not ruling anything out. The wind likes 2CVs, yeah, I can imagine. Imagine driving a smart car. They're quite interesting in the wind. A Ford, yeah, I've had a Ford in the fleet. I had a Ford KA, apple green one. Had something like 20-odd thousand miles on the clock. And guess what killed it? Yep, rust. That's what killed it, in the end. Which is a shame. Because it was a lovely looking thing. They go around the fuel filler caps, don't they? And the rear wiper. And then under in the sills. Just the end. And there's one for sale, I know. At the moment, and it's like 4 grand, and it's done, I want to say 1,300 miles. So 1,300 miles, and it's for sale. But not for 4.5 grand for me, no. I should have probably bought that Citroen Saxo last week, or the week before, a couple of weeks ago. Citroen Saxo, N-Reg, launch spec Citroen Saxo, sold by John from the Boston Classic Car Club. Yeah, should have bought that probably for 2 grand, £1,800. But where would I have put it? I've got too many cars, haven't I? You know that. Dad knows that. Mrs. JC knows that. Need to have a little bit of a thin down in here and the fleet, I suppose. I do like a Panda. Yeah, I like a Panda. I don't know Panda model numbers, so you'll have to shout at me. But there's a modern-ish Panda that comes in purple. It's like a deep velvety. It's like the purple on the Purple Smart, but it's a little bit more Cadbury's. And I saw one at Rustival a couple of years ago. I'd have one of them, maybe in 4x4. There you are. See, I knew somebody would know. A Panda 169, what's that? I think it was like a 2011 plate, maybe. A guy I work with has got a Panda, a Fiat Panda, and he has welded it and patched it and all sorts. It's not a Mark 1, is it Mark 2 maybe? I think it's a 2001 plate, something like that. Maybe a Mark 2 or Mark 3 Panda. And he loves it, he calls it the Pip 2 Panda. And if anyone wants to know why it's called the Pip 2 Panda, he is a detective for the police, and he is qualified PIP 2, which is investigation level, so the level of crime that you can investigate. PIP 2 Panda, there you are. That's an insight into my world. And it's like a light blue. It's nice. Another lady I worked with had a Fiat Panda, and she traded it in for a Peugeot 207 GTI. And I was proud of her, but also I wanted a Panda for Mrs. JC. Oh, Terry's got a Panda. There you are. Terry, I'll have to see your Panda at some point. There's a guy called Phil P. And he's got the purple Panda, I think, now. And I'm really jealous. Panda owners love them. Yeah, do you know what? I would... Fiat's get a bad name, right? Fiat's get a bad name. Fix it again tomorrow, fix it again, whatever. My van, apart from someone crashing into it, all I've had to do is replace the master cylinder thing. And Mrs. JC's car, again, a pink Fiat 500 car, which you can expect, I'm going to generalise, I apologise, expect to maybe have not been looked after as well as it should have done in its early life, which it wasn't. It was owned by a lady who was a teacher, and she didn't really know much about cars. Touch wood, we've replaced a couple of things. We've replaced the lower arm and something like that. But it does a great job. It does a fantastic job. And it's never broken down. In fact, I've only ever broke down once in a car, which is the Purple Smart. That's the only time I've had to be recovered twice in the Purple Smart. Once when I had a tyre blowout and my alloy buckled, funny story. And second time when it went boom, when the engine went terminal, and blew up. That's it, touch wood, never had to, oh no, I lie. I've had to be recovered in a Nissan Bluebird as well. That was an interesting one. I bought a Nissan Bluebird off Car and Classic. I think I paid 700 quid for it. And it got carb problems. I tried taking it to work and I broke down at the side of the A46. I lost a day of work and I've had to be recovered. So I've been recovered 3 times. Twice in the Purple Smart, once in the Bluebird. I'll tell you the story of the first time that I broke down in the Purple Smart. So a friend of mine does buying and selling online, and he buys and sells, as part of some of his online selling, vintage, I mean like 60s and 70s Playboy magazines and stuff like that. Not Razzle, but you know the sort of stuff I'm talking about. Gentlemen's magazines, shall we say. And he bought a large collection from Cambridge, knew that one day I was going to be in Cambridge for work, and said, John, can you go and pick them up for me? So I had a boot full of vintage gentlemen's magazines, or adult magazines, shall we call them, adult magazines from the 60s and 70s in my Purple Smart, coming home from Cambridge one evening. And then I hit a pothole on one of the back roads and it buckled my alloy, and psst, there goes my wheel. So I had to be recovered. So the recovery agent turned up, he loaded the car onto the thing, and as he got in, he saw boxes and boxes of adult magazines in the car. And when he got out, he was chuckling to himself. And I explained the situation. He was like, yeah, whatever, mate. Anyway, the next time the Purple Smart went terminal, it was the same bloke. And he recognised the car, and he said to me, I know you. You're the guy that had all the 70s porn in the car when you broke down last time. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I am. And we had a good chat about him. So shout out to Gavin from Wakefield Autos in Boston, who recovered me twice, once with a car full of adult magazines, and twice when the Purple Smart blew up. He's like, I know you, you're the big bloke with the purple car that was full of adult mags. Yes. Yes, I am. Good times. In fact, I've been out and about in the Royal Snail this week for that same person, picking up chests of drawers. Anyway, I'm rambling now. We're having a ramble. It is a weekend waffle, but it's starting to get a little bit better now. Dad's probably awake, and I think Mrs. JC is awake. If you're off to the NEC, have a great time. Don't eat a burger that's like £40. Like, I think you have to remortgage the house just to buy a burger at the NEC now. If you're tinkering, if you're spannering, Have a great weekend. Spanner in. What are you getting up to? Moved on from men's magazines to large chests. Maybe he's putting the magazines in the chest of drawers. I've got no idea. He needs a van every now and again. He needs something picking up. Is the Waffle Inspector awake? Now, who is the Waffle Inspector? Is that Dad? Is that Mrs. JC? Or is that Crystal? Crystal's awake. She's been awake with me all morning. She gets up at the crack of dawn like me. I was awake at 3 o'clock this morning. I know, right? But I've got 3 days off, so I'm looking forward to just cracking on. I'm enjoying sitting. I'm getting warm, sitting here in the sunshine. Crystal's up, Tony. Crystal's up. She's about somewhere. She's snuffling somewhere in the back garden. She's enjoying being able to go out and about in the sun, bless her. She's getting on as our Crystal, by the way, the inspector. She's an old girl, and she's starting to go at the back. So fingers crossed, the summer time and the ability to come and sun herself on the garden and warm her joints up is going to help. But yeah, I'm dreading that day, but it's coming. And she's an old girl, but anyway, let's lighten the mood again. Anyway, I'm waffling. I've enjoyed you all having a little watch with me this morning and doing this live. Hopefully it's generated some views on the channel. I have seen YouTubers post videos that coincide with my niche, shall we say. Malaysian cars, read into that what you will, and do very well, like really well. And it doesn't irk me because I'm happy that there are widespread love ongoing for Protons, but also watch my videos because I am the OG Proton lover, I think. So watch them, but also watch these. Anyway, thanks for watching. Not just this video, I mean in general. So if you watch any of the videos on the channel, thank you. Not only have you paid for Mum and Dad to have a holiday this year, which is amazing, absolutely amazing, that I've been able to do that. But for me to fart about with these old cars, I can't retire yet though. And anyone that can make YouTube work, people like Hubnut, people like Matt from Furious Driving, people like Steph from iDriver Classic, Ben from Tasty Classics, who else? Jeff Buys Cars, that Matt guy that fixes up Ferraris. Anyone that can make YouTube work, I admire them because it's bloody hard work. This is just waffle in comparison. But when you think that, I don't know, a video that Dad and I spend 5 hours making, then a video that I spend 2 hours editing generates 10 quid. I definitely don't do it for the money. So to backtrack, the fact that I've been able to, that sounds tasty. The fact that I've been able to splash out and allow Dad and Mum to go on holiday, or not allow, but pay for them to go on holiday, means a lot to me. Yeah, that much. And that's a good one. So the fact that I've been able to do that, it means a lot. So thank you to everyone that's watched. If you can subscribe, if you haven't already done so, please do. It's not a paid thing, subscription. Some people think that it's a monthly subscription and you pay. No, it's just like joining the club. So if you can subscribe to the channel and join the club, you get told whenever I post a video. I try and do 2 long videos a week, and then I've got loads of shorts and all that sort of stuff. So I try and do that each morning. Sound like to the neighbours. Try and do that each week, and If you can like videos, that really helps as well. So even if you go onto a video and you don't like the subject matter, so the Jaguar video I posted last week really hurt my channel because people didn't like the Jaguar, fine, but they liked the video, but they've hit dislike, and I've never seen so many dislikes on a video ever. So if you can like a video, if you do like the content, please do. And comment as well. Even if it's hi John, hope you're well, whatever. Those comments and those engagements help the YouTube computer somewhere. That's just a little request from me. Anyway, whatever you're getting up to this Saturday morning, thank you for watching me waffle on for 45 minutes. What do you think? Shall I do some more of these little live videos every now and again? Yeah, you're right. He's out there talking to his phone again. I'm really lucky in that all my neighbours are relatively elderly people. Like me and Mrs. JC are significantly the youngest people in our community. I live in a primarily, as I say, area where it's elderly people, very old, retired. Across the road, very old, retired. Next door, very old. Probably because I live in a bungalow, which belonged to my grandmother. Where was I? What was I saying? Stuff. Will your dad be doing a holiday video? No, but I've asked him to send me a 1920s, built in the 50s. I was built in the 20s, built in the 50s. Nice house though, yeah. But he's a dipstick, and I hate him. For reasons we can't go into on the channel legally, but yeah, dickhead. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, will Dad be doing a holiday video? So I have asked him to take some videos and photographs. I'll probably be doing a, hey, isn't Dad having a great time? I'm in his workshop videos, because I've started to do videos now with me tinkering, because people have been shouting at me saying, why is Dad doing all the work? So if you haven't seen me replace the suspension on an Audi TT, why not? And what did you think to it? And also you've got some videos coming of me looking like a big fat blue minion underneath a Proton Impian doing undersealing. I love wax oiling. Dad hates it. I love it. Get all my gear on, slap it on, I can do that. Oh, looks like Mrs. JC has woken up. She's awake. She's got a cup of tea and she's waving a cup of coffee at me. So I'll go and entertain Mrs. JC. The takeaway from this video then is thank you for watching. You are all absolute legends. I'm having a great time here in the sunshine. I've got lots of work to do. Have a great day. Let's go see Mrs. JC before we go. Ready? You want to see Mrs. JC? Thumbs up for Mrs. JC. We'll go and say hello. This could backfire, to be honest with you, because... Oh, and here's the inspector. Oh, the kitchen is a mess. Let's say hello to the inspector. There she is. Hello. Say hello to everybody then. Say hello. Oh, and Misty Mop's here as well. Here's Mop Cat. There's the inspectors. Let's say hello to Mrs. JC before we go. I'm going to walk so you can't see how messy my kitchen is. Da, da, da. Hello, Mrs. JC. Don't say anything naughty. You're on live stream.
Go away. I've been awake for 2 minutes. Go away.
Here she is. How long have you been awake?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. You look beautiful as ever, darling. Ta-da! Morning.
Go away.
Anyway, right, I'm going to have to entertain the boss and Crystal. But if you've enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. Everyone's saying, by the way, you should have been up ages. It's 10 o'clock.
I'm on a week and a half off work.
Yeah, she's off work. She's got some time off work. So I'll let her have a little bit of a lie-in today. She's gonna have. Did you make me a cup of tea, or have you just made yourself one?
I didn't know where you was. Especially considering you didn't let the cats out.
No, I didn't let the cats out. You're right, but the cats have been on the live stream. They've been happy. Anyway, right. I'm going to entertain the boss. I'm going to spend some time with the inspector. See Dad. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Thumbs up, please. See ya. I don't know. How do I turn this off? I've never done this before.
Yeah, you have.
Right. Turn this off. Oh, you want to stop? See you later.